Hi everybody and welcome to my attempt this week at BBO's weekly free instant tournament, where I attempt to talk about the thought processes that you could go through in playing a bridge hand. So it's instant tournaments, weekly free instant tournament. Start, and it's 8 boards, match points. We have best hands defined by only by high card points, not by distribution, etc. Somebody else can have the same number of points as us, but nobody can have more. One of the things you might notice from last week was that the other people playing the instant tournament, the 16 people who've already played it, or was it 15, last week, were not particularly good. And that's one of the differences from when you play at the club. You know most of the people you're playing against, and you can make some judgments. Are you in a, if you bid to game, has everybody bid to game and run into this bad break? So if so, then you might be better just playing for one off rather than risking 2 off trying to make the contract. If nobody else is going to be in it at the club, you know the way people bid, then you need to make the game. But here we don't know this, at least for the first 2 or 3 hands, as to how good our opponents are. So that's a variable which we have here that you wouldn't have when you were playing at the club. So partners opened a club. We've got 14 points. So partners got 12 to 14. We've got 5 spades here, so we're going to just bid our spades. At the moment, you never bypass your major suit, even if you've got support for your partner's minor suit. Partner might only have 3 clubs. So although they play inverted minor suit raises, you never ignore a 4, or in this case 5 card major. So they've got 6 plus diamonds, so they've got at least an 8 card fit, very likely a 9 card fit, and we've got 3, so we're not going to have too many diamond losers. We'll have more than 1 diamond loser. Partner didn't have to bid 3 hearts. They could have done something else. So I think it's pretty clear we've got a big double fit. There's a chance here still that we might be able to make 6 hearts. Partner needs to have what? King, queen of spades, queen of hearts, ace, king of clubs. That's 13 points. And that would go in a singleton diamonds. That would give us a play for 6. But there's no real way of finding out with the robot. Bidding 5 diamonds here is too much of a lottery with the robot. So we'll just bid 4 hearts and hope that if we make 12 tricks, there are sufficient people not making 12 tricks that we get a good score. So partner has no diamonds or spades. So, and you can see that this does look like a good slam. So I'm going to get my diamond roughs early. So if the trumps break badly, I can draw them. Am I going to come here with a spade rough or a club? Risk of a club is if somebody's got ace to 3, they can give their partner a rough. We can play a heart back to our hand, but if they're 4-0, then roughing a diamond will create a winner for the opponents. 4-0's unlikely. Ace of spades and roughing a heart, then roughing a diamond, then, well, we're still going to be problem. If trumps break 4-0, we've got a problem making 12 tricks anyway, because we have to knock out the ace of clubs at some point, and we need to still have club control. So I am going to come back to hand. Trumps are not 4-0. The fact that the 10 has appeared, I got the 9 and the 8. So that means that after I ruff this diamond, which they can't overruff, I can now overtake the Queen of Hearts because they don't have any bigger ones. And in fact, it didn't matter because the hearts broke 2-2. So they, remember, there were 4 trumps in dummy when we started, 5 in our hand. That's 9. So the opponents had 4, and they normally either break 2-2 40% of the time, or 3-1 50% of the time, and 4-0 about 10% of the time, a bit less. So that's that. So now we need to set up the clubs. Once again, we've got 5 clubs in dummy, 4 in our hand, that's 9. The 10 of clubs is a crucial card. They're obviously going to make the ace of clubs, but if the 10 is in the west hand, 3 to the 10 in the west hand, we can pick it up by a finesse. But we can't pick up 3 to the 10 in the east hand. So we're going to start with them. And we find that there's ace 10 to 4 in the east hand. Well, that makes life easy, but when we started with the king of clubs, we would have had a double finesse. As it is, now here comes the 8 of clubs. Well, that's quite nice of them to lead the 8 of clubs. Maybe they don't have any more diamonds, and to lead a spade would give us a free finesse. We know they don't have any more hearts because we drew all the trumps. So that's nice. We can play low. 8, 9, and now we've got the king and jack of clubs, ace of diamonds, ace of spades, and 3 trumps. So we're fine. We can claim our 12 tricks. 64.3%. So did anybody actually bid 6? Yes, some people did bid 6. It was certainly possible, and with a human partner, I would have attempted to do it, but with the robot, it's distinctly dodgy. Right, on to board 2. We've only got 12 points, which means that all the points are fairly even around the table. So we do have 3 spades, which is a good sign. We don't. The side that has spades will normally win where the points are fairly even. So I'm not going to pass this. I'm going to bid 1 diamond, because that's what I want my partner to lead if we become defenders, which is quite likely. Well, partner bids 1 heart. So now 1 no trump by me shows 12 to 14 points and denies 4 spades. That's what I've got. 2 clubs from there is a new minor forcing. So they got 4 plus hearts, 12 plus total points. East has doubled, so East has clubs because this clubs is artificial. It's just basically looking for me to have 3 hearts and play in hearts. Because I haven't passed, I don't know, still gives the possibility of 3 hearts. So what does 2 diamonds mean? Just means I've got rebiddable diamonds. Well, I could pass, but I think I'll just say I've got diamonds. So that now they bid 3 clubs. 12 plus high card points. Well, we know they can't have more than 12. So we know that this double says they've got clubs. Well, they can't have clubs. I don't think we're going to make 3 no trumps here, especially if they're told to lead a club. Partner must have 5 hearts to really to be using new minor forcing. I know I've denied 4 spades. I got 3 plus diamonds. Saying nothing about clubs, it says. Well, I think I'm going to bid 3 diamonds and try and play there and hope partner doesn't bid on. And they do 3 no trumps. Well, we're playing in this 24.3 no trumps. And there's the 2 of spades lead. Well, we've got 5 diamond tricks. We may have 2 spade tricks, we'll find out. And then expect the ace of clubs to be here from the double of 2 clubs. But, looks like we're going to make 7 or 8 tricks depending on whether this finesse works. And it doesn't, so it looks like it's 7 tricks. Not going to be in dummy very often. I think I'm going down here. I want to make my 7 tricks because I think there'll be people only making 6 tricks. And we'll leave the 2 of clubs. I've made the king of clubs. And now I'll just make sure that diamonds are not 5-0. We've got 5, partner's got 3, that's 8. So they've got 5. And they can't be worse than 4-1 now. So I had ace, king, queen, jack. So I'm going to make all these. And they're going to have to make some discards. And they're throwing all their hearts away. And that one's throwing a club now. So chance East had 6 clubs, in which case West can't lead them, which would be good. All right, well, I think that's probably all I'm going to get. We'll play hearts and see if we can come to a club or a heart at some point. Well, they've set up the queen of hearts. All right, let's see what they play on the last trick. Ace of heart. That one hand doesn't have a heart. This hand's going to win a spade. They've been throwing their clubs away. So I'm going to, this hand doesn't have a heart. Maybe they have a spade and I can go back to that hand, but they've thrown the jack of clubs away. So have they only got the king of clubs left and a spade and 2 spades, in which case this hand will have a heart left. Yeah, I should have been counting more carefully as they discarded on the diamonds. Has he got king 10 of clubs left? Together with the winning spade. Made no odds what I did. And the son did have a club left. So 3 no trumps minus 2 is what lots of people, is the standard people done. You need to get out. You need to pass earlier. How did the people who played in 2 no trumps get there? The robot just bid 2 no trumps over 2 diamonds because they didn't rebid 1 no trump. Right. Passing 2 clubs. This was a good score, despite the fact that we couldn't have played in 2 clubs. We'd have played in 2 clubs doubled. Right, so we've got a fair bit of catching up to do here. We are at 50%, so 14, 15, 19. Well, I'm always tempted to bid 2 no trumps with these hands, but I'll do what the system says, which is 1 club. Partner bids 1 heart, 2 diamonds from there, which is fine. We're just going to, well, once again, the slam is possible because what does 3 diamonds mean? Well, I think that's what I've got, so we'll force partner to say something. 3 no trumps, so partner has some points in diamonds, which are wasted really. So we'll just bid 4 hearts. Right, so we do have a chance to set up our hand. Could take a heart finesse. East is the one who bid. I promised 10 plus high card points. We've got 19, 20, 26. So the heart finesse is probably right. The ace of diamonds is almost certainly wrong. Queen of clubs is probably wrong. Doesn't look as though we can get rid of the diamond loser, but we'd like to rough the clubs good, and we'd like to rough a spade as well. So I think we've got to play clubs first. If somebody roughs sometime, it'll likely be from a long trump hand, and we can drop and then drop the queen. So I'll play the queen. Because 10 is still out. I think there's a good chance that this is 3-3. We're going to lead the 7 of clubs. Rough it. So that's good. So these 2 clubs are good. Remember, we had 5 to start with, then we had 2, that's 7, so they had 6, and they were 3-3. So now, let's see if we can get the spade rough in. Do we need 4 to rough high? Unless spades are... Why did this hand lead spades? Having bid diamonds and turned up with 3 clubs. I'm going to rough with a 9. Now, they did have the queen, right? And we're going to lose our diamond trick now. Well, we've seen only 1 of their trumps. So, and they had 5 of them, because we had 8 to start with. So we're going to have to, we can't afford to trump here. Win with the 10 of diamonds, and now we can just draw trumps, and the 9 of clubs is good. So 450, 78%. Did some people manage to make? No, nobody managed to make 480. So that all went fairly well. Okay, now creeping up a bit to 5th place, and we have a nice 17-point hand. So 10s. Is this really too good for one no trump? It probably is, but it's just such a good preemptive bid, and having to open one club and letting them bid diamonds just seems wrong. I get passed out. I'm not too disappointed. Partner's got 3 points, and we get a club lead, not a diamond lead. So that's an advantage. Right, so we're going to make 5 clubs, 2 hearts, 7. I'm going to try the heart finesse right now, before they know too much about the hand. Well, let's see what they switch to. No, they carry on with clubs. Right, so I'm now going to take my tricks. Throw dummies hearts for now. They can keep on throwing their winning diamonds. No, I'll throw some diamonds now. I got my 7 tricks. And that was all I was expecting to get. 28%. Well, that was not what I was expecting to get. Lots of us getting one no trump, but lots of people making an over trick. So what happens there? What did they do differently to what I did? They didn't take the heart finesse, presumably, and they got a heart lead at some subsequent point. Cashed all their clubs. And they unguarded the Queen of Hearts. A hand with 3 hearts, threw a heart away on the clubs. Right, so that's just random bad defense. I don't see that we did anything wrong there, and just ended up with 28%. Right, so partners opened a spade and on board 5, and we've got 14 points, including a 3-card spade fit. So we need to force the game. We can't bid 2 hearts because that would promise 5 hearts. We do have a very flat hand. 2 no trumps. So actually the robot play, no, this is choice. When it 3 no trumps by the robot would show 4 spades. Would it? No, it shows balanced choice of games. I've got, yeah. Well, that's what the robot plays. That's what I have. Except it doesn't say I've got 4 hearts, and the robot hasn't denied 4 hearts yet. So I think I'll try and deter a club lead. This is forcing. And they have bid, now they've bid 4 diamonds. Right. It's sad. So if I just bid 3 no trumps and got past in it, the partner probably has 6 spades here. What's 4 no trumps? Blackwood for spades. I thought it would be. Double maybe for penalties. It says I've got 1 minus spades. I don't have a spade fit. And they're not vulnerable. We're vulnerable. So they'd have to go 4 down for us to show a profit. So I'm just going to have to bid 4 spades here. Don't like it because the diamond lead will come through my hand. 5 diamonds. All right. Well, I still need to go 4 down for us to show a profit, but there must be a reasonable chance of that. Partner's got more than just king, queen, jack of spades. Oh, partner's bid 5 diamonds. Oh, a Q bid. So it's void in diamonds. It says no ace of clubs, ace of diamonds. Right. So partner's void in diamonds. They promised the ace, but we've got that. So we know they're void. That's why the opponents are bidding that so much. Right. Do we think that we can make 6 here? Partner's void in diamonds. Got king, queen of jack of spades, 6 points in spades. Doesn't have the ace of clubs. So does have to have hearts on us. But I really want to play from my hand to protect the king of clubs and the diamond. So we've got no roughing values in my hand. I don't see how we're going to make 6 spades when we can't make 6 no trumps. So I'm going to bid 6 no trumps here. And that should shut partner up. Right. And they've led a diamond, which is what we wanted to see. The partner has the ace of hearts there. Right, so partner really doesn't have enough to be bidding on like that. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 spade tricks. 8 of hearts is ace, 9, 10. Well, we've got to hope that the queen of clubs is on side. So we're not throwing a heart away now because we don't want to encourage them to play hearts. So I'm going to throw a club. And win the 10 of hearts. Cross to the jack of spades. Lead the jack of clubs. Ace. 9. Here comes the diamond. Right. So let's just look at that last trick. 9 of clubs from there. Right. So almost certainly West has the king of diamonds. If West has the queen of clubs as well, can we embarrass them? No, because they're playing after us. It's the king, queen of hearts that matter. So we have to go up with the ace of diamonds now. And throw the heart away from dummy. And now we're going to run the spades and see what happens. 1 heart discarded. A diamond discarded. And a club discarded. So 1 of each. This hand's discarded a club. We've got to throwing hearts at least to start with. And that's 3 hearts gone. It's another diamond gone. They're still playing a heart. It's another diamond gone. The queen of diamonds is no good as a menace because we know the king is here and they're just playing after us. So we'll get rid of the diamond and hope that if they got king, queen of hearts, they're in some difficulty now. Right, I'm going to try and clarify the heart's position by playing the ace. Oh, well, that's nice. King and Queen of Hearts drops. The Jack's good. King of Clubs is an entry. 5 of Spades now. Throwing the club away. Club to the King. And the Jack of Hearts is good. 96.4%. So really the thing there was not to commit yourself too early, but to just let the hand develop and force them to make lots of discards, and they discarded incorrectly. East thought that I had the Queen of Hearts. They had to keep, basically was trusting their partner to keep hearts so that they could keep clubs, and this hand was keeping diamonds and trusting partner to keep hearts. So all in all, we made life difficult for them, and we got a lucky result. All right, back onto board 6, up to 4th place now. But let's see, we've got 11 high card points, which means once again they're very even around the table, but at least our shortage is in diamonds, not in a major. So we will try and start off by opening 1 club. Okay, so I have to bid my majors. Robot bids 3 diamonds. Here we go. We know we've got 6 diamonds, 11 to 12 total points. What are we going to do? Well, we know they've got 11 points because they can't have more than us. So this type of, so essentially we need to bail out now. We've got at least a 7 card fit in diamonds, so we're just going to pass now and hope to get out for something. Well, the spade lead is friendly, although we may be short of entries to our hand. Oh, that's nice. Do we want to play spades straight away to get a discard? No, not really. Opponents playing something may mean that we need a different discard. So I'm going to play a diamond. And see what they do. 4 of clubs. All right. Well, if I led away from the king or the jack is the question, because I can play either the queen or the 10, or I could play low. It's possible both the king and jack are in the west hand. See the ace there, so it's less likely to be from the king. So I'm going to try the 10 and see what happens. Excellent. So we don't have a club loser now to throw away, so we can throw a heart away on a spade at some point. But once again, there's no rush. We should only lose 2 hearts. I'm going to work out the diamonds. This looks like we've got 2 diamonds to lose after this. Let's throw the 2 clubs away. Looks like somebody's got queen jack of diamonds. But it's possible that this hand had king queen of diamonds and just chose to play the king. We started, there were 6 diamonds in dummy, 1 in our hand, as I said, it's 7 card fit. So they have 6. We've seen 4 of them, so they followed to each of 2 rounds. So they've got 2 left. We're not too frightened of anything they lead. So let's see if the queen jack. Now this hand has queen jack 2, but they can't lead anything that doesn't help us. I suspect that they're going to cash the queen now, so they don't get thrown in. No, they've thrown the led the 9 of hearts, which is great. That's getting rid of one of our heart losers. Right. King of hearts now. We don't need to take the heart finesse. We're going to try and cash. The ace and 10 of spades are good. So this is fine. We can play the 10 of spades now, discarding that heart. And the queen of clubs is good. So we can throw that club away. And doesn't really matter what we lead. The heart finesse was right. So everybody's going to make 9 tricks in diamonds on this. So this will probably be reasonably average-ish. 78%. Some people tried bidding onto no trumps. Some people made 3 no trumps, got passed out a lot. For over 3 diamonds, you bid 3 no trumps. Yeah, they don't have a source of tricks to beat us. We can give up our 2 diamond tricks, and they just, as long as we play the clubs right, we can do much the same as we did in 3 diamonds. But 78.6 is fine. We're now in equal first place. So with 2 boards to go. It's 13, 15, 16. Well, with a robot with this shape, you have to open 1 no trump with 16 points. 2 hearts is a transfer to spades, so we'll complete that. 4 hearts says a splinter. They got 1 heart and 6 plus spades. That's not great. 14 to 15 total points. So we give them no points in hearts, although I've seen the robot splinter with a king of hearts before now. 6 spades to the queen, jack. So it's only 3 points. And then they've got, have they got enough points to take care of all the losers here? Not really. No. So I think 4 spades will be sufficient. We might make 12 tricks, but I think if we do, we'll be getting a good score anyway. Yeah. Here comes the 3 of diamonds. Well, I don't imagine it's from the king, but no, we always had that diamond loser. 5 of hearts. I don't suppose that's from the king. But we do have some chances here. So we've got 6 spades there, 2 in our hand, that's 8. So they've got 5. Almost draw all of them with those. We've got 2 big cards here. Probably we don't need more than 2 big cards there. So I think we want to try and make the queen of hearts good, maybe even the 8. So let's see if the king of spades will come down in 3 rounds. It's coming off. Oh, it come down. The heart finesse was right, but that's coming down. So the fact that there's a doubleton heart here does mean that there are 5 hearts in the west hand. So if you think about it, we had 5. I don't think they'd have played the king if they didn't have to, so they've only got 2. That had 1. So 5, 2, and 1 is 8. 8 from 13, that's 5. So this robot's got 5 hearts, so we can never set up the long heart trick, which is good news. So we can get rid of 1 club loser, but not 2. So it looks like 11 tricks is the limit of the hand. Right, what are we going to do here? We're in dummy, and we have then got, because we didn't play the queen of diamonds at first trick, we don't have an entry apart from the ace and king of spades, and this hand, if we look at who's more likely to have three spades or long spades in there, it's this hand. So but if they ruff a heart with their last spade, they'll then have, and we get rid of some diamonds. They may have to leave clubs. Is that a sensible thing to do? I think we'll play a round of spades to start with, just to see if there's anything really nasty happening. Right, so now we'll try cashing two clubs. Ah, they had a spade left. And the jack of hearts. Oh, I could ruff, and then I could throw a club. Oh, so the safe play here is this. We've seen three of their five spades. So they've got two spades left. They might both be in the east hand. So if we ruff high here, cross to the king of spades, this hand will be able to ruff our queen of hearts. So what we can do is have no club losers, because we can play the two of clubs, throw the two of clubs away. If this hand ruffs, then we can draw the last trump with the king of spades and get a discard on the queen of hearts. That's the safe way of losing only one more trick. Still not going to be a great result. And they ruff, as we knew they would, but there's only one trump out. There it is. So now we can cash the queen of hearts, throwing the 10 of clubs, and now three trumps and the ace of clubs are good. So we're making the contract, but probably lots of people are making over tricks. So yeah, they were. So we're still in first or second place, despite that 28.6%. Not many people made over tricks. Could have been got to seven spades. I don't think so. So you just whack out the spades. You take the heart finesse, presumably, when they lead it. So anyway, oh, we're not in first place yet. We're now down to fifth, sixth, equal fifth place. So we will have some catching up to do. East has opened one club. We don't have a two-suited bid to show diamonds and spades. Two no trumps would show diamonds and hearts, and two clubs would show spades and hearts. Two no trumps being unusual no trump, and two clubs being Michaels. There is another type of convention called gestem, where you can show any combination of two suits, but as a director of the tournament director, I know that people forget that, because some of the bids sound natural and you end up in a horrible position. So I've got this 13 points. I've got a very big hand. I'm actually going to, I've got 6 diamonds and 5 spades, so I'm going to bid 1 diamond to start with, then bid some spades, and maybe bid spades again. Except I'm not going to bid spades because West bid spades. And East bid 1 no trump. It's as though East didn't not. I've got 6 card diamonds, so I'm not afraid of bidding diamonds 1 more time. All right. So, and we get a diamond lead. Partner has the complete rubbish that we expected. We know the spades are sat over us. And the 10 of diamonds is stopping roughs in dummy, so stopping us roughing our spades. But it does mean that we don't have to lose a diamond trick. Probably. It could be a singleton diamond. Remember, we had 6, dummy had 2, that's 8. So they've got 5 between them. So is there any point in attempting to rough a spade? I can play, well, this hand can rough spades as well. Probably. Yeah, certainly we'll have more than 2 because this hand's got at least 4. So there's no point in playing spade, queen of spades, forcing this hand to win. No, so we won't do that. We may as well see how the trumps lie. And they are breaking. So we can draw the last trump. Right, so no more trumps out. So we're guaranteed that's 6 trump tricks with trumps, and the ace of spades is 7. Let's see what happens when we play hearts. 10 of spades. Well, I'm going to cover this with the queen because they then can't carry on with spades without giving me a trick with the 9, because now they've only got the jack. So here comes the 10 of clubs. That's good news because now the king takes the jack. The queen and 9 will be worth a trick eventually. Here's the 8 of spades. Once again, I can cover that. But this hand had 2 spades, so this hand only had 4 spades. There's the 3 of spades. They've only got 2 left. They can't play them. So now I can play the 9. That'll force the ace. I can rough that. And I can play the ace of spades. Throw a heart away. I can give them their spade trick. And now I can rough with a diamond. I got a diamond rough, and the 6 of spades is good. So I can claim the last 2 tricks. 90s 89.3%, but probably not enough to get first place. Have a look in a moment. Yes, it was. Or equal first, anyway. But there are obviously things I could have done a lot better. We had a lot of below 50% scores, 1, 2, well, 3 of them anyway. But the clue was to stop low, not let the robot bid on when we were picking up these hands with 11, 12 points. Then we know we haven't got game on. We just need to pass as quickly as possible. So don't know if we can see what happened on table 8. Yes. So passing in 2 diamonds was the last chance to get a plus score. You bid on at all. You find things turn out rather badly. This is people who bid spades rather than diamonds first, I assume. So good enough just to get to first place. I hope you found it useful in terms of counting the hand, even though I didn't always pick the best line to play. But if you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.